Hello, Team 337. I'm Simon, and welcome to a special video. As part of the Road to the Worlds, I wanted to introduce you to the major sponsor of the titles, Vaikobi Ocean Performance. Joining me today, I'm privileged to have Pat Langley, founder and CEO of Vaikobi, with us. Now, before I introduce Pat, I want to let you know that you will want to stick around until the end for details of a very special Vaikobi giveaway. So, without any further ado, please welcome Pat Langley. Hey, Pat.
Hey,
Hey, mate.
Simon. Great to see you, mate.
I know.
It's been a long time.
It has been a long time. Pat, it's always good to see a familiar face, and yours is certainly a very familiar face. We should let the watchers and the viewers and the listeners know that we started off quite young together, didn't we?
Mate, we did. In fact, I wouldn't be sailing if I didn't happen to come across a Simon Lee down at Byra Sailing Club, and we ended up sailing the mighty Manly Junior for at least for one season, probably
We
more.
did. Let me give you a little
fun. Reminder.
Yeah, a little reminder. Here we are.
Oh, there we go. Look at us go.
Look at us. So yeah, that's a little Manly Junior for those of you who don't know. Tiny little boat there, and we were probably 11 years old myself, and
yeah, you have been 11. I might have been 9 or something like that. And unfortunately
fantastic.
for you, you probably would have gone a lot faster because you had the chubbiest Manly Junior crew in Australia at that time.
Not at all.
But we had fun.
We did, and I think that's a theme here, leading right up through Vaikobi and windsurfer. I think as competitive as we were, and I have here the look at that 1988 Manly Junior Journal here.
That looks like the Lynxie on the cover. Is that Lynxie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my
Aaron
gosh.
Lynx, legend.
Look at that.
Look, that said, mate, state titles, 1988.
Yes.
Second, leeway.
No.
Yeah.
How good are we?
Absolutely.
How good were we?
Mind you, we were 38th outright in the States, but that's fine. That's a second. We'll take that.
Hey, mate, we must have known the handicapper pretty well.
Yeah, I think that was part of it. And club results, we got here second in the point score, first in the Long Markers Trophy, third in the Horden Memorial Trophy, and third in the National Bank Trophy. So thanks, National Bank, for the big giant novelty check. I'm still waiting for that.
But they had one for who ate the most hot dogs Sunday afternoon after sailing. I'm sure we would have won that.
Yep, the most Passiona drunk, I think, would be right up there. But look,
good times.
We did all right, but I think people will notice as we go along that we were more about the fun and having a good time than I think results ultimately. And yeah, thanks for being there with me, Pat, for that one. I've got a few more photos to show you here. There's a little Pat, a little Simon in the 80s.
There you go. We should have been sailing a cherub at that point. Look at us.
My God, that shirt. The 80s. Absolutely.
Hey, how good was it?
Yeah, so good. And then shout out to David Langley, Pat's dad. This is him skippering his boat, Time Flies, of which I was a crew member for a while as well. So it's in the family.
The mighty North Shore 33. Oh,
yeah.
What a weapon. Yeah, that was a good time, Simon. Yeah, and
it really was.
I've got to say thank you for sailing with my dad all those years, mate. You got me out of jail a lot of times.
No, I think I took over from my dad. So he's saying the same thing. But look, enough of that, mate. Here we are today to talk about Vaikobi.
Yes, Vaikobi windsurfers, aren't we?
Vaikobi and windsurfers, because we have a big event coming up at the end of the year, that being the Windsurfer Worlds in Australia. Incredible stuff. Really exciting. And Vaikobi have jumped in as major sponsor. But tell me a bit about Vaikobi, the brand. How did you start?
Yeah, so, Simon, I guess like we were talking about, we obviously I started sailing at a young age, and was fortunate to run into characters like yourself at a very young age, and fell in love with the sport straight away. So certainly sailing has been in my DNA from the beginning, and I think if I look back now as to where Vaikobi has come to be, the origins of it certainly were back in those days. But yeah, I kept progressing in my sailing, and I did a lot of match racing, a lot of yacht racing, both here and overseas, and yeah, I kept. Actually, at one point, I think I probably thought I wanted to be a professional sailor. I probably realised that at some point along the way that actually there was probably a better way to make a dollar, and actually in some ways keeping the sport your passion rather than a job. So I think I probably, once I finished university, done a few years of sailing overseas, I think I came to the conclusion that I needed to get a real job and start my career. And yeah, so I actually started off selling rugby jerseys and rugby league jerseys and AFL gear here in Sydney, a company called Classic Sportswear. And it started as a sales cadet. I think that's what they called me back in those days. And actually, it was fantastic. That company still had knitting machines upstairs where they were knitting, jerseys, your old style jerseys. And we were obviously already doing sublimate jerseys at that point as well. But it gave me a really good grounding and a really good appetite to get more into, I guess, the sports industry and the sports gear industry. A few years later, I then progressed into some other sports licensing type roles, and then through a mutual friend, I was introduced to Ross Munro, who owned Line 7 and had the Musto rights at that point or time, and so I joined him for many years, and really got to learn another business. But that was probably the first time that I was brought back to my roots in terms of the sailing industry. And then, after that, I then moved on to, at that time, it was a very startup business called Zyke, which many people would be aware of. And I was involved with that team in the early days, developing that brand and expanding that internationally. And I think at some point then, I'd had always harbored this desire to create, a brand of my own and a business of my own in the way that I felt it could be, and Vaikobi was born. And in particular, when we started Vaikobi, we targeted the paddle sport market primarily. I saw an opportunity there where there was not many brands at all really in the paddle market that were targeting the ocean paddling market that way, and the way we felt we could do it. And so we started Vaikobi off targeting that segment. And as time has gone on, and as a lot of our friends in the sailing world kept coming to us asking for sailing gear, we have progressed into that space firmly to our roots as well. And so it's been an exciting journey. And we're a little over 10, probably about 10 and a half years old now. And we're looking forward to seeing where we go from here.
Oh, fantastic. What a story. That's incredible.
Yeah.
No. And of course, you're involved in the upper echelons of water sports. Let me direct your attention to these good-looking men here.
Oh, look at them, the bulls.
Hey, look at that. We're in the Vaikobi.
Mate, Verstappen and Keko, they're legends. They actually came out at Saint Tropez last year at the Sail GP event, and actually I had no idea that they were coming. I was just told by Kathy, who runs the USA Sail GP team. She said, "Can you get some more gear, because we've got some really big VIPs coming. I can't tell you who they are." So I don't know.
All right, was that secret?
Yeah, and then maybe a couple of weeks later, I was eating my cornflakes, and I saw these roosters wearing our gear. That was a bit of a highlight.
That's it. Obviously, Vaikobi gear suppliers for the US team in Sail GP, which it's the Formula One of sailing. It's incredible. So well done. I mean, again, your product's performing at the highest level.
It's been great. It's been great, yeah. And the partnership we've had with USA Sail GP over the last few years has been a really cool one. And I guess it all came about by another character that we used to bump into in our Manly Junior, Simon, a redhead guy from the western foreshores of Pittwater,
Yep.
Jimmy
Yeah,
Spithill.
absolutely. Jimmy Spithill, I know. Hasn't he come a
Yeah,
long
so
way?
he's done well, hasn't he? But I
Um,
don't think he won the Long Markers Trophy at Byra,
he
though. I
didn't.
don't think.
No, no.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
looking at no mention of Jimmy Spithill in here. So, oh well, he'll get there. Maybe we'll see him on a
He'll get.
windsurfer one day. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Hey, well, actually, I think if you look at all these, when they look back at all the old photos, I think he is on a windsurfer back in the day.
No,
So
no.
he might have to come to Perth.
I think so. He'd be foiling around in Perth on a windsurfer LT with foils, I reckon.
Yeah,
Make it look good.
Probably. Yeah,
That's it.
absolutely.
And the name, Pat, Vaikobi, what does that mean? I couldn't find any reference to it.
Yeah, for good reason. Because I think when we came up with the brand name, we didn't want it to have a negative meaning, and we certainly didn't want. We wanted to be able to create the brand feel and look for what we wanted the brand to be, I should say. So yeah, look, there's two stories to it. I guess the one story, when people ask me what does it mean, because we get asked a lot, I guess the straight answer is I could say Vi in Polynesian and Hawaiian and Pacific Ocean terms means Vi, water, ocean. So Vi means ocean. And then Kobe, there's a lot of mixed reports about what Kobe means, but we've often come across legend. Kobe is a legend, or Kobe is known as a bit of an adventure. So when people ask me, I say ocean legend, and I think that's kind of pretty cool. So I'm going to run with that one, but unfortunately there's probably a more boring commercial reason why we call it by Kobe.
No, ocean legend works for me. Good work.
Yeah.
That's it.
No,
And
it served us well.
look at these hats that we're wearing here, Pat, because we're here to talk about the windsurfer class. And you have a bit of a partnership with the windsurfer class, is that right?
We have, yeah. Look, we've been involved with the windsurfer class for the last, I dare say, when were the windsurfer LTs first launched with Johnson's reincarnation of the class? Simon, do you know?
Yeah, I think 2018.
2018,
like this,
right?
yeah.
Okay,
17,
yeah.
18.
So it's got to be around about that time, or 19. And El Presidente, Nick Bez, mate, he
Shout
is
out to Nick.
shout out to Nick. Honestly, he's probably the best class administrator I've come across. He is so organised. He understands what sponsors need. He's a dream to work with. And so Nick got involved, got in touch with us, or we might have got in touch with him one way or the other. But certainly from our side, we felt the windsurfer class really embodied a lot about what Vaikobi is about.
Cool.
Obviously with our paddle and board heritage, and then now on the other side, the sailing heritage and that competitive sailing heritage. I really feel the windsurfer class fits solidly, probably in between that, and I think also the culture of the class and everyone having such a great time, and it's just all about fun. Really has a great connection to what we're about, which we're about having some great performance products that's colourful, and our brand personality I think really connects. So for us it's been this magical partnership, and it's continued, and we've signed on to sponsor the World Championships in Perth later this year.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. And well, let's talk about the Perth Worlds, I guess. I mean, what hasn't been in Perth since 1984? I think I was.
84.
Yeah, that was my first Manly Junior Nationals, 84, 85. And I think we're up the road at the Flying Squadron. But they had over 400 boards or something on the Swan River. Incredible. So really looking forward to seeing that happen again.
Oh,
yeah.
It's really going to be something, and the great thing about the Swan at that time of year is we can guarantee wind. we just know that it's just going to be a magical event. And I know when Nick mentioned it to me, I said to him, we've got to be part of that. It's going to be something else. So, I can't wait to come over and be a part of it and enjoy it and catch up with a whole lot of cool people.
Wait, so you're going to be there, Pat?
Well,
you heard it here first.
I can't see how this event's going to happen and me miss out. I really don't want to miss out. So
that's right. We'll get you a charter board.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get onto
it. Charter board for this man. Yep. Let's make it happen.
I'll send you the credit card details, Bezzy. I think we've got to do something. So no, but it's going to be. I just think it's great, and the amount of work that's gone into it by the association and everybody is really something else. Actually, I better work on my jibes. Looking at that footage there, so yeah.
Mate, I'm sure your jibes are just fine. I'm sure they're as good as mine, if not better.
Hey, what's the weight? What's the super weight division? What does that weight start at?
Yeah, look, I don't know what it starts, but if you're in the 90s, you could be doing super heavies.
That's me. I'm in the super heavies. Perfect.
No, you got to beat Nick Bez though. That's the problem.
Yeah, I know, mate. He's pretty good. Years of experience. I'll be just making up the numbers, I think. But yeah.
Oh, fantastic! And look, Pat, thanks for all that information. I learned a lot. But we have a giveaway that
mate, we do
very generously offered. What are we looking at? Let me switch to your camera angle.
Yeah, well, what we decided, I think, I thought, why don't we give away to one lucky subscriber to the pod? We can do our super popular Vaikobi VX PFD, which is really popular for the the windsurfers, sailors. It's really sleek, light. Everyone loves that one. But we'll give them the option, if they prefer, to select the VXP, which is also quite popular amongst the windsurfers. The hydration pocket on the back, I think, is really quite handy when you've got long days on the water. So,
mate, invaluable.
Why don't we make the... you use it. Yeah, there you go, Simon's.
I've got the hydration pack. I can't make it around the top mark without a drink of water, let me tell you.
Well, particularly in Perth in January, I tell you, she'll be hot. But
sure.
So why don't we make the we'll give it the choice for the winner. They can decide.
Oh, good on you, Pat. That's awesome. And look, I've got a little script I've got to read here because we want to make sure it's all above board. So yes, this giveaway is not sponsored by YouTube, and we are solely responsible for the contest and distribution of the prize. Simply make sure you are a subscriber to this channel, LTTV, as well as the Vaikobi YouTube channel, and leave a comment below stating which Vaikobi gear you would wear on your next sail. The winner will be selected at random on the 21st of August, 2023 at 9 a.m. We will post the winner in the comments below, and you have 7 days to email us to confirm. We will not use your details for any reason other than to contact you. How's that sound, Pat?
Mate, great terms and conditions there. Well done, well covered.
Thank you. That's what I do. Pat, it's been a blast. Thank you so much. Thanks for all your support of, water sports in general in Australia. I don't think there's a water sport that you're not supporting, but especially the windsurfer class. Obviously, the World Championships is what we're talking about, but on a state level, club level, you're there for us and you're giving back, and I really appreciate that. And look, if you watching, next time you need some equipment, have a think about Vaikobi because, Pat's a great guy. He's one of us.
Mate, thank you, mate. Hey, mate, Simon, thanks for that. And look, honestly, it is our absolute pleasure to be involved with the windsurfer class. I think we're lucky we own a business that's involved with the sports that we're passionate about ourselves. So look, mate, we love the support we get from all the sailors. And I would add too that it is noticed by us how much the members of the windsurfer class have really got behind the Vaikobi brand. So we really, it really is awesome. We did a great merch range last year, and we're going to have a great merch range around the World Championships as well. So we Really, really appreciate it, Simon, and thank you for taking a trip down memory lane, mate.
Mate.
What a blast!
All those years ago. So if anyone asks who taught Pat Langley how to sail, this guy here. No, just kidding.
Mate, well,
yeah. I think Pat taught me how to have fun, and that's the most valuable lesson I've ever learned. So thank you, Pat.
Well, thank you, Simon, mate, and I'll see you in Perth, if not beforehand.
Legend. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.